Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So in the previous class, we were discussing about the product life cycle theory. In this, we discussed about the three stages. The first stage, it was that the firm will produce the product at home and will accommodate a local demand, and they are producing this product here because they have complete information about the local market. They know the culture, they know the language, they know the each and everything. They know about the weather, they know about a lot of things in the home market. So in the home market, they got a huge advantage. Then what will they do? They will create a competitive advantage over the competitors and will become the market leaders. Then after that, they will start exporting the product to foreign countries to accommodate the foreign demand. If there is demand in the foreign countries, so their first strategy will be by exporting, they will fulfill the demand of the foreign countries. But this will be at small level, small scale. Why? They want to develop their product in that market, and when they got more and more demand in that market, in that country, so what will they do? Firm establishes a foreign subsidiary. They will establish a foreign subsidiary to establish presence in foreign country and possibly to reduce cost. When their business expands, when their demand expands, increases, so now what will they do? Now exporting strategy will be costly for them, because the transportation cost, it is the biggest cost. So now what will they do? To get a competitive advantage over their competitors, they will start a foreign subsidiary. They will start a production house in that country. So we discussed these three stages in the first class. Now there is one is for A, the next, and one is for B. For A is firm differentiates product from competitors and expand product line in foreign country. Now in foreign markets, they will develop a competitive advantage and will add new lines to their products. One is product line, one is product mix. You know about this thing. You studied these things in marketing. So what will they do? They will add more and more lines to their products, and they will create competitive advantage over their competitors. Otherwise, they will go to 4B, means firm's foreign business declines as its competitive advantage are eliminated. If their competitive advantages are eliminated, means they are not working on their products, they are not maintaining their competitive advantage, they will be out of the competition. So this is the fourth step. After establishment of foreign subsidiary, the next step is that they will differentiate their products. They will develop a competitive advantage over competitors. Otherwise, they will be out of competition. If they are not maintaining the competitive advantage, so they will be out of the competition. Now look at this. Foreign demand for the firm's product will initially be accommodated by exporting. That is the second step. As time passes, the firm may feel the only way to retain its advantage over competition in foreign countries and produce the product in foreign markets. Now they will start producing. Previously they were producing at home and exporting. Now they will produce the product in foreign market. And why they are doing this thing? To reduce the transportation cost. Then the next step is the firm may develop strategies to prolong the foreign demand for its product. A common approach is to attempt to differentiate the product from its foreign competitors. Now in the fourth step, they will try to develop a competitive advantage, to differentiate their product from the competitors. Otherwise, they will be out of the competition. This is basically called product life cycle theory. And these are different stages of the life cycle. First stage, second stage, third stage, then the fourth stage, 4A and 4B. The next theory, it is mercantilism theory. It is basically an economic philosophy based on belief that a nation's wealth depends on accumulated treasure, usually gold, and to increase wealth, government policies should promote export and discourage imports. This is basically Adam Smith's view. What was his view? His view was that this is the country. So what will this country do? They will produce products in big quantity and they will export these products to different countries. These countries, suppose they will export more and more goods to other countries. And from these countries, they will not import. Export more, but import less. And if they will import less, in this, government will take actions. The government of a country will take actions to reduce imports. So, according to mercantilism, export more and import less. See, a nation's wealth depends on accumulated treasure, usually gold. When you will export more gold will come to your country. This is basically a theory of 17th and 18th century. So when you will export more gold will come to your country. To increase wealth, government policies should promote exports. That government will make policies, and this policy will be regarding promoting exports and discouraging imports, and they will make such policies to discourage imports. Means they will increase the taxes so people will not import from other countries. Mercantilism makes a crude case for government involvement. In this theory, there will be big government involvement. In promoting exports, government will promote exports and limiting imports, and government will develop such policies to limit imports. Mercantilism suggests that it is in a country's best interest to maintain a trade surplus. Trade surplus means when you will one is deficit, one is surplus. This is one country, this is other country. This is our country. If we are exporting more and importing less, This is called trade surplus. And if we are importing more and we are exporting less, this is called trade deficit. Surplus is when your exports are high, your imports are less. Deficit is when your imports are high, your exports are less. So government will make policies to make trade surplus, to export more than its imports. Mercantilism advocates government intervention to achieve a surplus in balance of trade, and this is possible only with the intervention of the government. Government intervention. Without government intervention, you can't get trade surplus. It views trade as a zero-sum game. Zero-sum game means one in which a gain by one country results in a loss by another country. Now, if we are exporting more to these countries, so we are getting advantage and this country is losing, because we are not importing from these countries. We are exporting, but we are not importing. So this is what one in which a gain by one country results in a loss by another. Now here one country is gaining and the other country is losing. So this is basically mercantilism theory. The next theory, it is absolute advantage. We discussed about comparative advantage, but there is a slight difference between these two. One is absolute advantage and one is comparative advantage. Now I will give you an example. Suppose there is an attorney. Liar. Writing shortly. And here is an assistant. This attorney, when he is giving 1 hour service to someone, legal services, 1 hour legal services to someone, so he is generating, suppose, $200. And this assistant, when he is providing services to someone, means attorney is giving legal services. This assistant, when he is giving services to someone, he is generating $10. Assistant, he is doing clerical work. Filing, typing, and these things. This attorney, he can also do this thing, this clerical work. And if this attorney he will provide clerical service to someone, he can generate $15. See, this is for legal services and this is for clerical work. Now this assistant in clerical work, he can generate $10, and in legal services, legal services, he can generate $0 because he don't know about the legal services. Now see, in this case, this attorney, he got absolute advantage in legal services as well as in clerical work, because in legal services he can produce $200 and this assistant he can produce $0. In clerical work he can produce $15 and this assistant he can produce $10. So see, in both cases, in 200 0, in 15 10, this attorney he got advantage. So this is basically called absolute advantage, that he can produce something at a lower cost. But here is another point. Suppose this attorney, he is providing legal services and he is also doing his clerical work himself. If he will do his clerical work himself, so he will earn $15 because he is not hiring any assistant for himself. This is his office, this attorney. In this, there is no assistant. He is doing the clerical work himself. So he is saving $15. But when he is saving $15, so he is losing $200. He is earning 15, but he is losing $200. But if he will hire an assistant, so what will he do? He will lose $15, but he will generate $200. So what will be his opportunity cost? 200 minus 15, so he is generating $175. So in this case, what will this attorney do? If he is doing clerical work himself, he is earning $15, but he is losing $200 because 1 hour he will give to clerical work. So in clerical work he earns $15. He is not hiring any assistant. But when he is doing this work himself, he is losing $200. So he is losing $175. 15 he is generating himself, but 200 he is losing, so $175 he is generating. So his opportunity cost here is what? Is $175. This is basically called comparative advantage. As compared to doing clerical work, if he will go for legal services, his opportunity cost is high. And if he is doing clerical work himself, he is losing $200. so his opportunity cost is high. Listen again. This is attorney's office. If he provides legal services, he generates $200. And if he did, he hires an assistant for clerical work, he will give him only $10. He will give him $10. So 200 minus 10 means he is generating $190 for 1 hour. Now this is his office. He is doing clerical work himself. So he is earning $15, means he is saving $15. Now here he is leaving 1 hour legal services. So in legal services he is not generating anything. So here if he hires an assistant, so his opportunity cost is $190. And here his opportunity cost, he is losing what? 15. He is generating 15, but he is losing $200 that he can generate in the legal services. So what will he do? This option will be better for him, that he will hire an attorney for this clerical work. Here he is earning 15, but he is losing 200 that he can provide in legal services. This is basically comparative advantage. Inshallah, in the next class then we will discuss about this in detail, and this is basically the end of this chapter. Assalamu alaikum.